If closeness makes you shut down instead of relax, this video is for you. Not because you don't want love, but because your nervous system learned that closeness isn't safe. Fear of closeness doesn't look dramatic. It looks controlled, quiet, reasonable, and most people never realize they're doing it. Let's get straight into the signs. Sign 1. You feel calm only when there's distance. When someone is emotionally distant, you function better. You think clearly. You feel grounded. You're yourself. But when someone moves closer, texts consistently, opens up, wants emotional presence, something tightens, not panic, not fear, just a subtle urge to pull back. Distance regulates you. Closeness doesn't. That's not preference. That's conditioning. Sign 2. You confuse independence with safety. You tell yourself you're just independent. You value space, autonomy, not needing anyone too much. But deep down, independence isn't the goal. Control is. Closeness feels risky because it introduces variables you can't manage. Needs, expectations, emotional impact. So you stay self-contained, not because you don't care, but because relying feels unsafe. Sign 3. You shut down instead of leaning in. When emotional moments appear, you don't escalate. You flatten. You become logical, polite, neutral. You might say, it's not a big deal. I'm fine. Let's not overthink this. But what's actually happening is shutdown. Your system reduces intensity to stay safe. Not because you don't feel, but because feeling feels like exposure. Sign 4. You lose attraction. When someone is emotionally available, this one is uncomfortable. You can feel drawn to people who are distant, inconsistent, or unclear. But when someone is consistent, emotionally open, steady, your attraction fades. You call it no spark, no chemistry. Something's missing. What disappeared wasn't attraction. It was activation. Your nervous system isn't alert anymore, so desire doesn't know how to show up. Sign 5. You pull away right when things start to matter. This is the clearest sign. Right when commitment becomes real, expectations form, intimacy deepens. You feel the urge to step back. Quietly, you respond slower. You feel numb. You fantasize about distance. Nothing went wrong. That's why it's confusing. Fear of closeness doesn't wait for danger. It reacts to depth. The core truth is that fear of closeness is not fear of love. It's fear of losing yourself, being emotionally responsible, being seen without armor. At some point, closeness meant pressure. So your system adapted. Distance became relief. Control became calm. Detachment became safety. It doesn't mean you're broken. You're incapable of intimacy. You should force yourself to feel more. It means your nervous system learned connection under conditions that weren't safe. And learned patterns can be unlearned, but only when they're recognized. If you recognized yourself in this, don't label yourself. Observe the pattern. Because fear of closeness isn't a flaw. It's a strategy that once worked. This channel exists to help you see these patterns before they quietly decide your relationships. If this resonated, subscribe and stay. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for therapy or professional mental health treatment. If these patterns feel overwhelming or unsafe, please seek support from a qualified mental health professional.